Pleasure to be with you today to share with you some of our experience and what this business has done for us, but also to give you an idea what this business is. As Paul has said, my name is Pascal Oloo. I'm trained as a civil engineer. If you give me a moment, I want to share with you my screen so that we can share with you what this business actually is about. I'm a Kenyan by birth. At the moment, we live in South Africa. Betty and I moved to South Africa about 26 years ago. And the reason why we left our country is to have a better life. And when as some of you know, that if you have parents always want the best for their children, and therefore they tell you go to school, get a good education, get a good and secure job. And I did that. I followed my dad's advice, went to schools. I remember when I was doing my O-level, I used to read until 2 o'clock in the morning using candlelight, because I believe what my parents said. The strange thing about children is that children believe everything parents say, whether it's true or not, because they instinctively believe that parents have their good intentions. So I went to Nairobi, did a course in civil engineering, I got married, we came to South Africa. And when we arrived here, I got a job. Betty couldn't get a job because that time the country, South Africa, just got its independence. And it was not easy to find a job because most schools had dual language instruction, Afrikaans and English. I remember Betty sent her CV in all the English-speaking schools in Pretoria, but she couldn't get a job. And the other thing that complicated our lives at that time is that one of our children has got sickle cell. So Betty was torn between getting a job and staying at home to look after the family. And I think God listens to your prayers when you pray. I remember Betty made a comment that I've looked for a job long enough, let the job come and find me at home. And 2 weeks after she made that comment, a friend of ours, a friend of Betty, called and said, Betty, I know you have a sick child. I have a business proposition I'd like you to look at. It's something I think you can do. So Betty went for the meeting. I stayed at home to look after the children. When she came back, I could see she was very excited, but also very guarded in her comment. So I asked about the business. She didn't explain the details because what captured Betty's attention is that the speaker that night was a man who had also a child with an illness that required 24 hours attention. He's a man I respect and a man I love called Hansi Cronje. He lives in Cape Town. Because of him, we joined the business. Initially, our goal was to earn an extra $200 a month because with that, I could supplement my salary as an engineer. But when I remember our first check was only $3. But after 7 months doing the business part-time, our income reached $1,000 a month. That's when the penny dropped for me. I realized that if I keep putting effort in this business, we could gain financial freedom. So we kept on building. After 3 years, when the income was 3 times my salary, I fired my boss. For those of you who are guests, I would like to recommend to you just to open your ears, open your eyes, take notes, listen. There's something that is going to be said in this meeting that will strike your attention, something that will inspire you to look at your life in great detail and ask yourself a few questions. Where is my life heading to? So that's about our story. But what is this business that we are talking about? First, let me describe the 4 ways that people use to earn money. The first is called a job. A job is limited to what your employer can pay you, and it's not only secure. I've met very many people who've lost their job in the recent 1 year, and I think because of COVID-19, I meet a lot of people on Facebook or just by phone, or my relatives, people I know in Kenya or even here in South Africa. Very, very many people have lost their jobs. So a job is not really secure. The other thing about a job is there's a lot of internal politics. It's good a job, you get payment. If you're lucky, okay, if it's a good employer, you're going to get paid after 30 days. But in my opinion, that is not the solution to financial freedom. The second way people generate money is self-employment. That is, somebody leaves their job or starts their own business and they work very hard. They create a market, they create products, or they provide services. But if you're self-employed and your income depends on the effort that you make, what happens when you fall sick? What happens when you want to go for holiday? What happens when you can't go to and physically open your business? Okay? So self-employment also has its drawback. The third way that people generate money is big business. Big business is when somebody invests huge capital and employ lots of people to provide a service or a product to the marketplace. This is good because you earn a lot of money, but there's drawbacks. Number one, not everybody can afford to have such huge capital to start a big business. Number two, you deal with a lot of labor issues. And you know, when you have a lot of employees, the number of headaches that you have increases with the number of employees. An example of this is the ShopRite Checkers. ShopRite Checkers has got 147,000 employees around the African continent, and they have about 1,900 outlets. So the owner of ShopRite Checkers, he makes a lot of money, but he also has a lot of headaches. And very, very, very few people are able to make money in this way. The fourth way that people generate money is investment. Investment means that you need to have extra cash over and above what you normally earn for your daily living. Two, you have to have knowledge and skill to invest. And three, select the correct vehicle for investment. Now, most people don't have this extra cash. So all these four ways are ways to generate income. But the question is there a business that is ideal for building wealth? Is there a business that you can actually start, that the products have been developed for you, the marketing system has been developed for you, the registration of products and licensing in the country that you're doing business is done for you? Yes, there is. And this is what I would like to present to our guests. The business is called network marketing. And what are the criteria for an ideal business? One, the capital required is very low. I mean, to start this business, there is not more than $60 or $70 that you need to start. You can start a global business with this amount of money. The second thing is, if you want to be wealthy, you need to get involved in distribution of goods and services. Why? Because people need them. The key to success in any field is distribution. That means you're able to distribute a product or a service to the marketplace. But the other criteria is you need to have a global reach. Our company operates business in over 50 countries around the world. In Africa, we do business in 12 countries, and these countries have a combined population of 450 million people. So think about it. If you have access to 450 million people, that's an incredibly huge market. And that's what this business is. The fourth thing about an ideal business is leverage. Many, many people, in fact, the schooling system does not teach anybody about leverage. Most people just find it by accident, because leverage is the key to building wealth. What is leverage? Leverage is the way you multiply your time, your effort to run your business. Okay? I see on the screen there are quite a number of people who are raising their hands. Paul, I don't know if there's anything. Can you hear me properly? Paul. Hello?
Pascal, we can hear you. Sorry, I'd lost you a bit.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I saw some hands lifted. I thought there's something wrong with the connection. So leverage is a very important principle for building wealth. A very simple way to think about leverage is this. If I work in my business for 5 hours in a day, my income that I can generate is only for 5 hours. But supposing I partner with 10 other people, each of us is working 5 hours a day, it means there are 11 people working for 5 hours, and that is 55 hours. So we are actually working for 55 hours to generate income. But supposing those 10 people also have 10 people each, that's 100 people. All right. And if each person is doing 5 hours a day, it means our business is doing 500 hours a day. That is what leverage is. Leverage is when you learn to multiply your time, your effort, and your expansion that involves other people. And that is a key to building wealth. All right. The reason why banks or supermarkets or any other business open branches is to increase their leverage. The other thing that you need to have an ideal business is you need a consumable, unique, high quality product. Why is this important? Because a consumable product has a repeat sale. You see, a pair of shoes or a cell phone, if you buy one and you don't use it unless it gets damaged, because a phone is not consumable. But soap is consumable. Hair shampoo is consumable. Vitamins are consumable. These are things you use all the time, and when it's finished, you buy some more. And it's a good business. I remember when I started the business, and I invited one of my colleagues in the office. When he came, after the meeting, he asked me, Pascal, you're an engineer and you're selling soap. That
Pascal,
really hit.
sorry, Pascal, can you stop your screen and share again? I think it's not sharing very well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And now?
I don't know whether it's on my side. It's not very clear, but let me ask someone else whether they can see it. Grace, can you see Pascal's screen?
Can you see it?
No, from my side I can't. Grace, can you see it?
Yes, I can see, but from far.
Okay.
You need to bring your phone closer to see it.
Okay. There could be something not so clear with the connection. When the connection is not so good, there could be a bit of unclarity. Okay. But you can just go on, Pascal. Just keep on trying.
Can you see now clearly?
That's okay.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Okay, thank you very much, Grace. I appreciate it. So apologies to our guests and the people who are attending this meeting. So I was talking about consumable products. Consumable products are good for business because there's a constant and repeat sale. And then you need a business system that is easily teachable for your business to run effectively. One of the key things about running a successful business is that you need a system to run the business so that you as the owner of the business does not have to be at the premise. That's why banks have branches and they have computer networks, because those are systems that run their business. And the last thing is timing. Timing is very critical for your business, because if you start up a service or product that the public does not need, you will not get traction in the marketplace. All right. So, but what is this business? It's called network marketing or distribution. In simple terms, network marketing is a way of taking products from a manufacturer directly to the consumer, but cutting out all the middlemen. Why are middlemen mentioned here? Because middlemen increase the cost of a product between 50 and 70%. And what we do is the amount of money we could have paid to middlemen is what is paid to distributors like myself or Grace Ngatia, who is one of our speakers. I'm really looking forward to listening to that exciting story. So a system of distribution of goods and services is what our business is. And what are the key factors about this? One, we cut out the middlemen. Two, there's no advertising. And in most products, the advertising cost is between 35 and 50% of the budget. There's no wholesalers or retailers. Products are explained to customers individually. People are paid for recurring customers, because when a customer buys a product, the company pays whoever referred those customers. The products are researched and developed for you. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself, because Neolife has built infrastructure in 50 different countries for you to be able to build your business. When you're starting this business, no qualification is required. Okay, let me not say, no papers, nobody's going to ask you about your papers, but the three things we're going to ask you. Number one, you need to have a desire for success. Number two, you need to be teachable. And number three, you need to work hard. When you have these three things in your character, you're going to be very successful. How did Neolife started? Neolife was started by this gentleman called Jerry Brasfield. He was 19. And he started this business because as a teenager, he had very, very serious asthma. And when his mother gave him natural remedies, his health improved, and he decided to share this idea with the rest of the world. And that's how Neolife was born. Neolife started in 1958, and in 1971, he came to South Africa. In 1996-97, he went to Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. If you're a guest, today this business has come to your doorstep. But what are the principles that has held our company together since 1958? Number one, absolute honesty and integrity. We believe that we need to tell our customers and distributors and staff the truth. Number two, people are number one. The most important resource we have in our business is people. Number three, products that work. The company spends a lot of money, a lot of time, and has put together the finest scientific minds to develop our products. Number four, equal opportunity for everybody. We don't care whether you're 18 or 81, a man or a woman, whether you're a student or a CEO, whether you're a plumber, whether you're a housewife, a dog, whatever it is, we don't care which background you come from. It's equal opportunity for everybody. And the last one is long-range vision. You need to have a long-range vision about your business, all right? Now, why do people start this business? Some people start the business because they want a better life for their children. They want to buy dream homes. They want to buy their dream cars. Some people want to buy holiday homes. Some people want to make a lot of money. Some people join the business because they want just to be fit and healthy. So people join this business for very many different reasons. So if you're a guest, I don't know what your reason is going to be to start the business. So when you start the business, you register as a distributor. You'll be given the company ID number. And which products are that we distribute? The products we distribute are the following. The first one is called the Golden Home Care. These are products used for cleaning the bathroom, the kitchen, the toilet, the tiles. You can clean your kitchen, you can clean your car. Anything that requires cleaning, we have it. The second range is the personal care range. These are things like hair shampoos, hair conditioners, hand and body lotion. The third range is the skincare or the nutrients range. And the fourth range is nutrition. The nutrition is the highest selling range of our products. Why? Because people know instinctively that it's better to take very good care of their health. Otherwise, life becomes very difficult. It doesn't make sense to have a lot of money, but you're in the 5-star hospital. You don't enjoy life, okay? Now, how does our business work? Our business works when we do what we call 3 daily success habits. And what are those? The first is we use the products ourselves. Why do we need to use the products? We use the products because we are supporting our own business. And number two, we want to speak to people. When we speak to people, they want to know that we actually believe in the products ourselves. All right? Now, because Neolife is registered in over 50 countries, the company has standardized the measurement of the products by using what we call a point value system. So we recommend that you need to use 100 points in a month. 100 points is products worth about $160, I think, or something like that. The products that you use at home and the products you sell to your customers. The next thing we do in our business is that we share this business with other people. What does that mean? That we introduce other people to become distributors in the company, for the company. And these people also do 100 points. So if you have 6 people who join your network, plus yourself is 7 people, that's 700 PV, you become a manager. and your income is about $45. The next thing we do is we teach people to do what we do. If the person in the top right corner introduces 2 people each, and each of those people introduce 2, you will have a 700 PV unit. If you do that plus the other 6, gives you 1300 PV. You become a senior manager and your income is about $90. You may be a guest and you're saying that, Pascal, I'm not really interested in $90 a month. I want more. If you want more, just be patient. Just like a huge tree does not start as a huge tree, it starts as like a very small seed and eventually grows to a big tree. So the next thing we do, we teach all these people to do 700 PV. 700 PV is just for explanation purposes. In practice, it may be more, it may be less. So if you have 6 people doing 700 plus yourselves gives you 4,300, you become what you call a director in the business, and your income is between $580 and $700. All right? But you see, not everybody is going to join this business as distributors. Some people may just want to be customers. They buy products from you, and if you sell products to them, you make a profit of roughly 20%. Okay? The third thing we do in our business is called personal development. And the reason why we say this is important is, if you really want to succeed in this business, you need to work on yourself more than you work on the business. That means you need to make the effort to become a better person, a better attitude, increase your knowledge about the products, about the business, about being a leader. And how do you do this? We use the training support system. Your sponsor is the person who introduced you to the business. The support system is the training that we use to help the people grow in the business. So 3 things: training, support, and personal development. And as you grow in the business, because I'm sure some people are not interested in only 700, they want more. If you want more, it means you need to help other people in your group become successful. Okay? If you help one other person become successful to be a director, you become what you call a software director, and your income is about $1,000 a month. If you help 3 people to be directors, your income is about $2,000. If you help 6 people, you become a president's team member. Your income goes way beyond $5,000 a month. So I'd like to hand over back to Paul to introduce our guest. Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, Pascal, I can hear you. Thank you so much for such a wonderful presentations. I hope that our guest on the call tonight, you have been able to get something in terms of what we do in Neolife, and we are quite excited to be able to see you start off this business. And just as Pascal has assured you, that we'll be able to give you support so that you can be able to build and get to where you want to take your business and your dreams. I just want to go straight to the point and call our speaker today. Is a lady who has been in this business for some time, and she has been able to build an amazing business, and she's here to be able to share her story with us. So without taking much time, I just want to invite our guest speaker tonight, Grace Ngatia, World Team member. If you can hear me, please unmute yourself and speak to us today.
Wow. Thank you so much, Paul. Can you hear me, Paul?
Yes, I can hear you and I can see you. You're looking good. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Paul, and thank you so much, Pascal, and everyone on the call. I am humbled this evening. My name is Grace Ngatia. I'm a very excited Neolife distributor. I am married, and between me and my husband, we are blessed with 4 beautiful children. The ages of 17, and the young one is 7 months old. And I really thank God. I love Neolife with all my heart because I believe that Neolife was God sent to me. 13 years ago, I was struggling. I was just an ordinary Kenyan who was living very, very down. When I remember where I have come from, I always want to drop a tear. I've been brought up in a slum, in a family of 5. I happen to be the firstborn. And my parents used to love us so much, but they did not have a lot of finances and resources. So we kept on sleeping hungry. We slept hungry very many days. We were chased from school because of 50 shillings, 20 shillings. Things were very tight. And everybody did not like us because we were that life that was really, really down. And I remember my parents used to say, only education will save us from this situation. And for me, I hated poverty with all passion, but I didn't know how to get out of it. So I really worked hard in school. I performed very well. But unfortunately, when I was in Form 3, my parents were both retrenched at the same time. And it was so unfair because being the firstborn in a family of 5, I really could not understand how an employer would actually retrench both parents. But it did happen. They got money and they went and bought a plot in Soweto. And we had a place to live because they built a house for us. And the long story is that things became worse. Because now there's no money. Everybody who was even our friend now deserted us because of retrenchment. Our family members, all of them took off, and we were left just us and our parents. And things became tough, but they were able to push me up to Form 4. And because I was tired of sleeping hungry and the poverty level, and I've been brought in church, I went to church and asked one lady, what do you think I can do so that I make 100 or 200 and we don't sleep hungry, because now I have an ID. And I remember she showed me how to become a hawker. So my first job after Form 4, I became a hawker. I've sold chicken, I've sold rice, I've sold cucumber things. And because that was not by destiny and I knew that, I decided to become an accountant because somebody told me, Grace, an accountant, you will get such a good job and you're going to get good salary when you actually get a job. So, and because I didn't have anybody to sponsor me, what actually happened is during the day I would hawk my things, and in the evening I would go to church, in our church, so that I can be able to read the test papers and the books that my friends had given me. And I became an accountant, and I thank God I got my first job, which I was very excited, but shortly, because my first salary was 8,000 because I was under probation for the next 6 months. I could not believe it, but my mother told me, that is where your blessings are. And I thank God because that is where, in that job that I was earning so little, and my husband and I had only one child by then, we were struggling. We had not paid rent for 8 months. We were borrowing food from one kiosk to another. We had 3. I had debt left, right, and center from everyone. And it is at that point, a total stranger shared this opportunity with my colleagues, and then I overheard it. And she told me, Grace, you can come and listen. I never had a phone. I remember I could not even afford 20 shillings to go at home that night. But I went and listened. Just like what Pascal has explained, I found Dorothy Nyong'o talking about health. I cared less. Then after Dorothy Nyong'o talked about health, she called Priscilla Muriongi, the wife of Keraito, who shared about money. And I got so excited, I said, if for nothing else, if rich women are in this business, and I'm coming from the slums so low, I am going to get into this business. I don't understand much, but I'm going to commit my life there. I went and begged money to join the business. And let me tell you, the rest is history. I borrowed money to start. I borrowed money for my capital. I was told, Grace, you need to sacrifice. You need to be an extraordinary person. Change the way you are doing things. You have been going home early and coming to town at 8. Please be coming at 7 and be leaving town at 7. So 1 hour in the morning, before I go to my office, I would meet my mentor. And in the evening after work, I would meet my mentor, and they would teach me about this business. And my first benefit was personal development. I was a timid girl. I didn't love myself. I didn't have self-esteem, but I was taught about personal development. And let me tell you guys, I started loving myself. I started believing I can do it in this business. I started attending the trainings that are very, very key, and I learned how to sell the product. And let me tell you what happened. I started making profit. With my little profit that I made, I bought my first phone because a phone was so paramount in this business. Then what happened next? I started making more profits. I started offsetting the debts that I had. And I was able to pay the debt for the house. I was able to pay the debt for the shop. And now I paid everyone who I owed. And I was told, Grace is not just about selling. You need to actually go and sponsor more people. I sponsored people. I got my first check as a manager of 353 shillings. I was so excited at what Neolife did to me. They clapped for me, they were so excited, and they told me, if you can make 353, you can make 30,000. I worked hard part-time, I'm still earning the 8,000 there, I'm changing my mindset, and in 8 months, I became a director. And let me tell you, when I saw a check of 30,000 shillings as a director, my life changed. That was 3 times my salary. I really got excited. And since I had dreams that I was taught in this business, I started achieving some. And some of the benefits I've done with the money, because I made 30, from 30 I went to 40, from 40 I went to 70, and the money kept on growing because I also became a world team member. I've been able to educate my siblings. Remember, I'm the firstborn. I took up the responsibility of seeing that poverty is getting out of our family. I've educated my 4 brothers and sisters, and today they are all independently working and supporting their family. I really thank God for Neolife. Our children have gone to good schools. The first 2, they have gone to the best schools, courtesy of Neolife. I really thank God. We have moved from the slum. I tell people that I know how homes look like. I know a bed sitter, I know a single room, I know a 1-bedroom, I know a 3-bedroom. And I thank God because today we live in a beautiful place, in a good environment. And I thank God because our life has really been transformed. We own 3 plots, courtesy of this business. And some time back, we were able to buy ourselves a brand new car. From not having 20 shillings, from borrowing money to starting, we drive our own car, KCJ 299J, and I really thank God for that. I have had a chance to mentor other people. I have people who have come to my business and I've worked with them. They have bought cars, they have built their homes, they have educated their children up to university, and I feel so good that I have been able to empower others. And because of doing that, because I've helped other people become director, Neolife gave me some lifestyle. They started showing me how to live a life. And my first biggest lifestyle was to the Windsor. I was taken to the Windsor Golf and Country Club. And I remember when I started this business, my husband was not for it because he's an accountant up to CPAK. But he said, this thing, I don't believe it. How can you just make 300 and you get excited? And I told him, just give me time to do the business. I'll prove you wrong. And let me tell you, I did that because when I got 30,000, he actually said, this is indeed a good business. And he closed all his businesses and work, and we went to the Windsor, fully sponsored by the company. And when I went there, my eyes opened, I was trained, and I decided I would do this business full time. I came back, I quit my job, and I decided to do this business full time. And I've done it now for full time for 12 years. It has been an exciting 12 years. And let me tell you, the best part has been my 2 little children. One is going 4 years in July, and the other one is very young. I've had the privilege to take care of these children like all mothers would love. See their children taking every milestone. I have had the privilege to do that. And it feels very good when you feed and when you go to the clinic and the doctors tell you, oh, mtoto wako anakaa mzuri, anaangaliwa na nani? And I'm like, I'm the one who do it. And I feel so good because I've been able to give my children the best. I attend all meetings for my children because this business has allowed me to do that. And finally, I've traveled from Windsor. I've been to Cape Town, I've been to Durban, I've been to Sun City, I've been to Hong Kong, and the list goes on. And my future looks so bright. I just feel like I've started the business because now I'm 13 years. I'm like in class 8 right now. So I'm heading now to high school. I've made my mistakes. I know my mistakes. I've seen that the business is working. I'm not trying it. I know it works. I know there is money. So I know that the
Hi, Paul. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Pascal. I thought I'm the one who lost Grace alone.
Yes. Okay. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think most probably her network went off, but she had already shared her story in a very powerful way. I don't know whether she's able to come back. I can't see her on the guest list. I think she might be having a bad connection. But I think her story is amazing. She has been able to share with us how she has been able to come to where she is right now, and she was now sharing her lifestyle. So I think we can be able to take it from there.
All right, Paul. I must say that I found Grace's story just spellbinding. You know, when you're completely captivated by the story, that's really, really fantastic. You know, if I was a guest in this business and I had such a story, I would not sleep until I find the money to get started. Okay? So, those of you who are our guests, when you start this business, one of the advantages is that you can build this business now because of technology just from your house. You have a lot of online services, for example. If you start the business and you want to order products, you can order online. If you want to register new distributors to build your team, you can do that online. The moment you start your business, the company builds for you your own personal website. It's called the back office for you to manage and monitor your business. Training you can do locally and internationally online. Delivery of products. The company has contracted courier companies around the African continent or wherever the company is doing business, so that these companies can deliver products to our customers. Payments, if you want to pay for the products, you can do it online or mobile transfer. Payment of bonuses, the company pays either through electronic funds transfer or mobile transfer. So the company does a lot of things for you. One of the things I had Grace talking about is the travel. Cape Town, Sun City, Durban, fantastic places around the world. Hong Kong. Betty and I were privileged. Apart from all the other travelings, we've been to USA, we've been to Hawaii, we've been to Las Vegas. 2019, Betty and I attended the Ruby Orientation School in Santon Sun Hotel in Johannesburg. A fantastic place to rest for 4 days, exchange ideas with some of the leaders in Africa. Those were the people who attended the leadership school in Johannesburg, people from Nigeria, people from Tanzania, from Mozambique, from Namibia, South Africa, Botswana, people from different regions, different countries in Africa, to share their success, to share their experiences so that they become better leaders. So if you're a guest, get back to the person who invited you, tell them you'd like to get registered. If you're in South Africa, it would cost you between $690 and $2,700. If you're in Kenya, it would be $7,360 or $8,970. If you're in Nigeria, it is $17,500 or $22,500. Tanzania, it would cost you $140,500 or $170,700 depending on the package. If you're in Uganda, it's $2,390 or $2,042,500. If you're in the US, it would cost you $99. If you're in Sweden, the premier kit would cost you 1,025 Swedish krona. So if you're a guest, speak to the person who invited you. They will show you what to do. And success begins with a decision, okay? Remember, if you always do what you've always done before, you will always get the same result. But if you change, if you make a decision to change your life, just like Grace has done, tomorrow you're going to do what others can't do because they don't have the privilege of the success they've had. So, Paul, I want to hand over back to you to close our meeting. And the guests who are here, please speak to the person who invited you. They'll show you how to get started in the business.
Thank you so much, Pascal, for giving us those closing remarks. Grace looks like she's back, and she wanted to say a closing message to the guests. Grace, if you can hear me.
Okay, sorry for that technical error. I'm back. For the guests that are on the call, I want to challenge you this evening. If you continue doing what you have been doing, do you expect different results in your life? In the next 2 to 5 years, if you continue sitting where you're sitting, doing the same thing, do you really think that your life is going to be different? Are you expecting that you're going to achieve different dreams? Now, that is the same question that my sponsor, that I love very much, posed to me. And she told me, right, Grace, you're complaining, you're earning 8,000, you cannot even raise the money to start. Even if I gave you another 20 years, do you expect that you're going to have that money, educate your children, and live the kind of life that you're telling me you would want? And of course, my answer was no. And for that reason, if you're like Grace, if your answer is no, that if you continue doing what you have been doing, like Pascal has said, expecting different results, and it is not going to happen, I want to challenge you to do whatever it takes. I know times are tough. Some people have lost their job. Businesses have gone down. And you're wondering how we are telling you to raise 10,000 shillings to start this business. Let me tell you, you need to borrow this money. You need to sell something. You need to do something immediately so that your life tomorrow can change, because that is what Grace did. And once you have done that, this is not a get rich quick scheme. It is a business that you're going to put in work. You need patience. They promised me that in 2 to 5 years, your life will never be the same. They promised me that in 2 to 5 years, poverty in my family will come to an end. And I had not had anybody promising me that. And they told me, Grace, if you do the work, the 3 daily successful habits, and poverty does not come out of your family, come, we shall refund you that money. And I said, I will come and put in the effort and even frustrate the people who are telling me that I cannot do it. I had to work to prove to them that it can. And today I'm excited because if there are people in my family who say Neolife works, it's because they have seen it work for me. My family members never joined me. My close friends and family, they never joined me. They said, Grace, you come from the slum. You're not so much educated. We saw you getting born just the other day. How do you know anything of America? But you know what? If you walk with rich people, you become rich. If you walk with educated people, you always look like educated. So I walked with people who know what they are doing. And that is why my life has changed today. So let me tell you, if today you want your life to change, our guest, it doesn't matter where you are from. Remember, I never had a phone. I was borrowing 20 shillings. I had debt of 8 months. I was being thrown out of the house. But today, that is all history. Your life will hold your hand. Pascal is there. Paul is there, very supportive. And other people behind, those who have invited you, they are ready waiting for you to change. This opportunity has just started. This is when the things are going to happen. When you join, we are going to hold your hand. We are going to show you how it's done. And if Grace, just remember that, if Grace from a humble beginning, I am not using my accounting education here. I have learned everything, personal growth, personal development. I believe in myself. I mean, when I talk to even educated people, they say, where are you? When did you do your master's? And I tell them my master's came from your life. And that is what in your life will give you. If Grace has done it from such a humble beginning and in such a short time, because I know there are people who are still earning the same amount that they were earning 13 years ago. And Grace came in with 0. And today, when people are counting a 6-figure earner, I am being counted there. If my life has changed, courtesy of Neolife and God, yours can too. Take that step of faith, borrow that money, sell something, start this business. We are going to hold your hand and teach you. And I believe you're also going to be teachable. I wish you the very best. I wish you God's blessing and have a lovely night. Thank you, Paul, and God bless you all.
Thank you so much, Grace. It is well said. I can't say anything more. You have said it all to the guest who is on this call today. And I believe that it's time for us to be able to do things in a different way. So we really appreciate you coming through to be able to speak to the guests who are on the call today and our distributors. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much, Pascal, as well, for being with us tonight. And our guests, our distributors, we have come to the end of our meeting today. I want to wish you all the best. Remember, tomorrow we are going to have a product launch with the Liz Gits, 8 p.m. same time here. So look out for the link. It's just the same link that you used to log into this meeting. So be part of the people who are going to be able to get some good experience tomorrow through the products of New Life. So from me and my presenters for tonight, I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Good night and God bless you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you, Pascal. Good night. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Good night. Thank you, Grace. Good night.